As we incarnate in the human body, everybody has been assigned with at least 2 to 3 spirit guides to guide you through this human physical life. In every spiritual seeker's life, there is this increasing feeling that there is someone unknown, there is someone unseen who is noticing their thoughts, is understanding what is happening in their life. There is somebody who is definitely supporting them, there is definitely somebody who is guiding them and helping them to keep up on their spiritual path. Of course, in our life, we are being guided by our spirit guides, even when we are not aware of them, even when we are not aware that we are on this particular journey. On a subconscious level, without even our conscious knowledge, we are picking up guidance from our spirit guides. Our spirit guides are working so hard to keep all of us on our spiritual paths, and we are being guided so seamlessly because of their effort. So I thought that let me make this video as a tribute, and let's be in the place of gratitude for all of our spirit guides, my spirit guides as well as your spirit guides. As the new year is beginning, I'm sure that most of you will have some resolutions to accomplish, and I think this could be one of your resolution, that you want to start consciously connecting with your spirit guides and want to strengthen that spiritual connection with them to see some transformative outcomes. And I'm sure that once you start connecting with your spirit guides consciously, you would never feel alone. You would always have something to look forward to. You would always keep growing on everyday basis, and your life will change drastically. There are a lot of basic questions which people normally ask about spirit guides, but this particular video completely focuses upon how can you connect with your spirit guides and how you can develop a very strong connection consciously with your spirit guides. Wish you all a very, very happy new year. May God bless you all, and may this new year 2023 bring you a lot of light, a lot of progress, lot of realization and harmony with your twin flame. So welcome back to my channel, Awaken with Pragya. Before I begin, all those who have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification icon so that you can get notifications when my new video is uploaded. There are a lot of people who have told me that even after subscribing, they did not get any notification. So make sure that once you click on subscribe, you also click on the bell notification icon. All those who want to talk to me privately and want to have one-to-one discussion and session with me, all the information about my one-to-one sessions is given in the video description. You can also follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. I have answered more than 5,000 questions on the topic of twin flames and spiritual awakening and ascension on the site called Quora. All those who want to read my Quora answers can click on my Quora profile, which is also given in the description. An year ago, I had also made a video called How to Connect with Your Higher Self. And in that video, I had given a lot of detail about how to discriminate between your own talk to yourself and what is coming from the higher realms. So I'm not going to repeat that information because the process of connecting to your higher self, the process of connecting to your spirit guide, and the process of connecting to your deceased loved one is the same. I highly recommend you to watch that video because I'm not going to repeat the information I have given in that video in this video. Now coming to our spirit guides. Our spirit guides are communicating with us in many forms. Firstly, they will communicate with you in a thought form. So you're picking up on certain thoughts which are not actually your thoughts, but they have been planted by your spirit guides. So there are thought forms. There are some sort of a signs and synchronicities. Your spirit guide will communicate with you with different types of synchronicities like number synchronicity, songs, messages, written text, images. They will also communicate with you through dreams. And consciously or unconsciously, you are picking up on that guidance anyway. But now, when it comes to connecting with your spirit guides consciously, what do you need to do? I want you all to keenly listen to this video, because at the end of this video, I have also given a daily process how I get into the state of connecting to my spirit guides to receive a certain guidance from my spirit guides. It's very important to keenly listen to all the points which I have mentioned in this video, even before you take yourself through that process, because all those points which I am going to mention are extremely significant and important if you really want to learn how to consciously connect with your spirit guides. If you really look at the whole purpose of having a spirit guide, one thing you definitely need to understand, that as a human being, when we incarnate here on this planet, we have plotted our life. We have done some sort of a itinerary or some sort of a blueprint before we come here. Our soul already has planned what sort of soul lessons we are supposed to learn in this particular life. But when we come here in the physical body, obviously we are having some sort of amnesia. So we forget our original identity. We are literally like blindfolded. So we come here to play some sort of a game without even remembering who we really are in the original sense. We forget our original identity, right? We are coming into some sort of a character and we are going to play that character according to our own free will. But the divine also provides us a mentorship. So there is a set of 2 or 3 spirit guides who will always accompany us from the spirit to mentor us, to support us, to guide us, to warn us, and they successfully do that. As far as we are listening to our own heart and we are connected to our inner light, we are able to pick up on this sort of a spirit guidance all our life. The thing is that spirit guides would never override your free will. The spirit world is not supposed to interfere in the human free will. So even if you are doing any major mistake, or even if you are doing some sort of a major disaster, your spirit guides would try to give you signs. They will try to warn you about something, but they will not interfere in your life. They will not override your decisions. They will watch you make that mistake. So first thing you need to understand is that they have a certain role. They are your mentors. A lot of people are taking their spirit guide in a very wrong way. Many people I see expect some sort of a yes no questions from their spirit guides, that will this happen, will this not happen. You really need to understand that your spirit guides are not here to be your prediction tool. They are not going to give you any sort of a yes no answer. You are supposed to explore your own journey and you are supposed to learn your own lessons by exploring a certain thing on your own. So even if you make the mistake, they will let you make that mistake. So as your spirit guides are here to support you on your soul growth, they don't give you any sort of a yes no answer. They don't predict anything for you. They do not do any sort of a spoon feeding for you. They are here to encourage you. They are here to keep you on your spiritual path. In fact, they will show you some sort of a signs or some sort of clue so that you unblock yourself and you understand what is the next step forward. They are never ever going to tell you your future, because you are co-creating your future. Your free will and your thoughts and your actions are equally responsible for creating your future. So your future is probable. So they are definitely not going to tell you if your twin flame is going to come back tomorrow, or what is happening after 6 months. So why I'm telling this so much in detail, because if you are on the verge of looking at your spirit guides and gain some sort of a conscious guidance from your spirit guides, you need to know and understand all these things. So these are the 5 most important keys when it comes to develop a conscious and strong connection with your spirit guides. The first and foremost thing which really becomes important in this is that you become a true seeker by your mindset. I mean, we see a lot of people who are only in the state of complaining or only in the state of being a victim. That why me, why this is happening with me. They, unless and until you get into the state of being a true seeker or being a true student and accept this journey as the big canvas for you to explore a lot of things so that you can grow spiritually as a human being, as a soul, you are not going to be able to set the right ground for your spirit communication. So first thing is get in the right mindset, that is being a true seeker. One very important thing we all need to understand and remember in our spiritual journey, as most of us are going through this experience in a very lonely way. We always feel that there is nobody who can understand us, there is nobody who can believe us. The people who are surrounding you are not really going through that same thing, so they cannot really connect with you on that level. But what we forget over here is that there is an amazing guidance and amazing companionship already available to you 24/7, which is your spirit guides. But the thing is, the catch over here is that as we are all human beings, we have free will. So, unless and until we allow our spirit guides to come and start giving answers to specific things where we are stuck, they are not going to come and interfere in your life. So, the process of asking becomes very, very important. So, you need to ask, you need to consciously ask your spirit guides. So say you got stuck somewhere and you are in pain and you don't understand how to get out of it. You can actually start communicating to your spirit guide loudly or in your mind, because they are able to pick on every thought of you, every minute thought of you. And your spirit guides know you more than you know yourself, because they are aware of your original soul identity, right? So they know, they are aware of all your lives you have lived so far, what sort of soul lessons you learned in your last life, what is it that you are rectifying in this life, what exactly is your weakness, what is it that you really need to work on. Everything your spirit guides know. The process of conscious asking becomes very important, because the moment you start consciously calling out your spirit guides and ask them that, look, this is where I am stuck and I need some sort of guidance over here, they will come and they will start offering you amazing guidance in different forms. If you don't ask, you would still receive that guidance. But when you consciously and openly, by trusting them, invite them to guide you, it makes a huge difference. So once you ask, the guidance and support can come in different forms. As we discussed earlier, it can come as your thought form, it can come as synchronicity, or the question you are asking to your spirit guide. Somebody just comes in front of you and says something which kind of answers your question, or you figure out some book which you end up reading and it gives you your answer, or you end up seeing some movie or something on the TV channel says something, or you see a hoarding and there is some sort of a message. It could come from anywhere. So when you are seeking conscious guidance from your spirit guide, one thing you need to remember is that you always need to have your antennas up to receive where the answer is coming from. And once you are accustomed to this habit, I think you would be like a walking, talking antenna and receiving the messages from higher realm all the time. Second, very important thing is being open to receive that help. There are some things which actually block your openness. Even if you want, there is a wishful thinking that I wish I could receive some guidance from my spirit guide. But there is something which is blocking you. You're not really able to receive. So many people are having this block in their mind that other people can receive the guidance, but I can't receive the guidance. But that is not the case. Every human being can receive a spirit guidance. Every human being is capable and well equipped to receive the spirit guidance. You don't need any sort of a special extra psychic ability to receive spirit guidance. You are naturally in tuned to receive your spirit guidance. Another major block which blocks us from connecting with our spirit guide is not quieting our mind. So much of chatter is happening in our mind, we are not even able to understand what exactly we are thinking ourselves. Unless and until we are quieting our mind, unless and until we are in the listening mode, we would not be able to understand. There is also a certain unblocking technique by doing some sort of a prayer or a meditation, which I will discuss later in this video. But by cleansing your energy body, you can also unblock if there is anything which is blocking you energetically to communicate with your spirit guides. Another thing which can block you from understanding your spirit messages is not being able to trust what is coming. So many of us, I mean, it has also happened with me, that something comes but you are not able to trust that. You would always keep asking this question that is it really my imagination or is it something I have actually received? So the first and foremost thing you need to do is you have to literally throw out this if and but from your mind, because till the time you are holding that block with you, that you are not able to trust and you are feeling that it is your imagination, you are never going to be able to strengthen the guidance you are receiving. Even when you feel that you are imagining it, let it be. It may be happening that you received something 10 times, and out of those 10 times, maybe 4 times it was your imagination. It is okay. Don't question it. The more you question it, the more you block it. And the more you hold on to it, the more stronger it will get. So, and the simple technique to do that is simply stop analyzing. It's okay, accept that maybe probably it is your imagination, it doesn't matter. You just have to be okay with it. Another very important thing which most people forget, when you receive something and you feel that yes, this is something which you have received from higher realms or your spirit guide is telling you something, acknowledge that message. It's very important to acknowledge what you have received. Acknowledge it with your mind, because your acknowledgement of receiving that message is very important for both of you, your spirit guide as well as for you, because the more you acknowledge it, you also start realizing that yes, so many times I'm acknowledging, so there is something which is really coming from the higher realms. And another very important thing is to be grateful for receiving messages from the higher realm. It's very important to express that gratitude by saying thank you after receiving that message. The more you are acknowledging, the more you are being grateful to receive whatever is coming from the higher realms, the more you receive, the more stronger it gets, the more deeper it gets, the more clearer it gets. So asking consciously for the guidance, being open for the spirit guidance, trusting your spirit guidance, acknowledging your spirit guidance, and being grateful for your spirit guidance. These are the key things which you need to remember if you want to consciously connect with your spirit guides. So now you would ask that is there any specific way how do you connect? And I'm going to share my personal thing how I connect with my spirit guides. First thing is that if you are a beginner, it is extremely important that you find a certain specific time of the day and start practicing a certain process to connect with your spirit guide consciously. And once you are very much accustomed to connecting with your spirit guides consciously, it may happen that even if you don't really take out a separate time to connect with them, you will be able to connect with them even on the go, even when you are driving your car, even when you are cooking in the kitchen, even when you are doing some mundane tasks, you would be able to connect with your spirit guides pretty easily. So, how I perform this particular process of connecting with higher realms? First thing is that create a nice, clean atmosphere in any of the corner of your house, wherever you feel comfortable. If it is your garden or if it is your living room or wherever you feel comfortable. It's advisable if you sit at the same place every day, because I think it's all about energy. That particular place will also start getting energized if you are sitting in the same place every day. And then do a prayer. And in that prayer, I usually call out all those ascended masters who I connect to. I call out all the archangels, Lord Shiva, whoever you connect to. If you can actually script your own prayer the way you want, do that prayer. Once you do that prayer, sit like that for 2 to 3 minutes. It is very, very important to be in the state of gratitude so that you can surrender your ego. Unless and until you are in your state of ego, you cannot receive higher guidance, you cannot receive higher messages. So this particular prayer will help you to be grateful for everybody. It will help you to surrender to the divine, and your ego will start taking the back seat, and you are quieting your mind slowly. Once you do that, you can start asking your questions. You can even write down your questions even before you sit for the prayer. If you have something specific in mind, you literally can have your notebook open in front of you. Write the question, whatever you want to ask, that I am stuck here and I don't understand what to do, and I need some sort of a guidance. Keep that question open in front of you and do this prayer. Or if you ask this in your mind, stay like that for 5 7 minutes. You would get the answers of your questions then and there. Or if you don't get your answers then and there, it's okay. You don't have to panic. Complete your meditation, get up from that place, and you carry on with your work. And you can be rest assured that your answers are going to come to you anytime, even when you are not expecting them in any form. You need to have your antenna open. It might take a day, or it might take 2 days, or it might even take a week or 2 weeks, but your answer is going to come to you. Now when you open your eyes after doing this prayer and meditation, after that long gap of silence, that particular time also can be utilized in an amazing way, because your mind chatter has stopped. You are completely in the calm and relaxed state. You are already feeling a very high vibrational energy inside you and around you. And this is a very, very favorable time to channel anything if you want to channel, or if anybody wants to dabble with some sort of a auto writing. This particular time frame is absolutely amazing to do all those trials and errors. In my experience, the way I learned channeling, conscious channeling, and receiving certain messages from my spirit guide, I would just keep a notebook with me with a pen, and I would start writing in whatever is coming to my mind after asking a specific question. And so many times I have written amazing poems, I have written amazing thoughts, I have written amazing instructions, guidance, so many things in that particular period immediately after opening my eyes. Even the kind of subjects I choose for my video channel, or the kind of information I receive for on this topic of twin flames and spiritual journey, most of those things I started consciously receiving even in a more stronger way than I was able to receive unconsciously after I started doing this conscious prayer, and I started making some conscious effort and started asking questions. I started writing down things, and it does make a huge difference. However, all those who are going to just begin this, you just fully concentrate on your first blocks, which might be pulling you back from consciously connecting with your spirit guides, and focus on first connecting with your spirit guide and strengthening that connection. After that, you can concentrate on these other factors which I'm talking of. I'm going to guide you through a certain process, which includes a daily prayer and how I personally connect with my spirit guides. So let's start this guided prayer come meditation. I'm going to lead you through. Please sit in the comfortable position. You can close your eyes. If you have earphones, it is better. All of you must have definitely listened to a lot of spirit guide meditations on YouTube, where you go into the deep state and you actually meet your spirit guide there. So it's kind of a very experiential sort of a meditation. What I am going to lead you through is a daily process. So it's not something where you are experiencing something mystical or you are actually connecting somebody in your mind, in your imagination. This is a process of praying. This is a process of surrendering. This is the process of quieting your mind. And this is the process which will teach you how to start listening to the higher guidance. So there is a huge difference between those meditations and whatever I'm going to take you through. Just go with the flow, follow the instructions, and see what sort of understanding you develop by going through this process. For now, I am using some sort of a background music, but when you are practicing this process daily, there is no need to use any music. In fact, without any music, you would be able to develop a better listening when you are practicing connecting to the spirit guidance. Sit in a comfortable position. Keep your backbone straight. Make yourself as comfortable as possible. Just make your posture straight so that the energy flow is easy. As we are connecting to the higher realms through our chakra system, it is better if you keep your backbone as straight as possible. Allow yourself to gently close your eyes. And allow yourself to be aware of your whole body and be aware of all the sensations in your body. Inhale deeply. Let all the thoughts pass through your mind without any judgment. Gently bring your awareness to your breath. Exhale slowly. Take another deep breath in and exhale longer than your inhale. And for next 30 seconds, just observe the natural flow of your breath. Allow yourself to again take a deep breath in, slowly filling your lungs up with the divine light, which is spreading throughout your body. And release your breath. Release the stiffness, the pain, rigidity, stress, anxiety, resistance as you breathe out. Allow yourself to take another deep breath in and release slowly.
Notice how every exhale drops you deeper and deeper into the state of surrender. Embrace this practice of letting go of the control and feel yourself, breath by breath, and open up to receive the guidance from the higher realms, from your spirit guides. Imagine a ball of shining bright white light engulfing your body and cleaning every block which you may have in your body energetically in terms of pain, anxiety, resistance. Imagine this white light is washing everything away and filling up your body with bright healing light and unconditional love. Take a deep breath in and recite this prayer with me. This prayer is a gratitude prayer and it calls your spirit guide. It puts you in the state of gratitude and it puts you in the state of receiving. I'm going to call out the names of masters and angels. You can replace these names according to whoever you connect to when you are doing this prayer on your own. Let's start the prayer. Thank you, God, for guiding me with your love and light. Thank you, God, for supporting me with your love and light. Thank you, God, for protecting me with your love and light. Thank you, God, for inspiring me with your love and light. Thank you, Mother Earth, and all the spirits of the land. Thank you, all the fairies, all the angels, all the light beings of the land. Thank you, my spirit guide. Thank you, my spirit angels. Thank you, my spirit protectors. Thank you, my spirit mentors. Thank you, Lord Shiva. Thank you, Lord Krishna. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you, all the archangels and the angels of the Spirit. I thank all the ascended masters who have been helping me so far in my journey. I thank all my ancestors. I thank all my deceased loved ones. You can even take the names of those who you want to connect to. Thank you, my higher self, for being there for the highest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I now send white light and love to every island, to all the rivers, all the lakes, streams, and all the oceans and the seas. And I release this light to go where it is needed the most to light up the darkest parts of the world. Thank you. Take a deep breath in and release your breath slowly. If you have any question in your mind, you can ask that question to your spirit guides. Your spirit guides are here listening to your thoughts, willing to help you, willing to guide you, willing to show you the right path. You can stay in the state of eyes closed as much as you want. Whenever you are done, you can open your eyes. This video will be ending in 1 minute. However, you can continue sitting in the same position as much as you want. Namaste.